In a nutshell, tell us, what is your approach to preparing a cross-examination for an expert witness?
Well, I think for a start, I would try to attack the expert as little as possible. It would be very difficult to challenge an expert in his field. So that's the first point I have to make. Secondly, of course, one has to be conscious of the pleadings and the ambit of one's case and to try and achieve precisely what is required and not attempt to achieve more for fear that you might destroy your very case because, again, he is an expert in his area. But most experts have one failing, if you like, in inverted commas, and that is they are reasonable. So, if a reasonable proposition is put to an expert, more often than not, they are more apt to agree than, say, a layman who is determined to deny anything that is put to them by the cross examiner. So, in preparing for an expert, I would consult textbooks. That would be my reference point. So that whatever he says, if it contradicts the textbook, that may be sufficient for me to achieve my objective, either because it is a disputed area of medical practice, and therefore there are two possible ways of doing something which is perfectly acceptable according to the law, the Boehm's test, or if it is so unreasonable and there's a whole host of literature against him, his testimony may not be accepted as being reasonable or being able to withstand a logical analysis having regard to the literature that's available. So, cross examining experts, one has to take extra care not to go too far, not to sail beyond what is required for fear that you might destroy yourself. Very often that happens.